Hello everyone and welcome. Today I'm going to take myself to the seas and we are going to try to find just your normal everyday Sea of Thieves player and see if they would like to be interviewed. Hopefully me looking like this won't push them away, but we'll see. So join me as I go around and I find players of all kinds, maybe new players, maybe old players. And I am very curious about their experiences, what brought them into the game, and much, much more. So, without further ado, let's get into this. Yeah. Yeah, you never know what you're gonna run into out here on the seas. You never know. I'd run Reaper just to bring people in, but I'm afraid they would shoot first and ask questions later. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute. That's just wrong. Developer's like, yeah, we're gonna put it in there. It's gonna be a bunch of big old dicks in the sky. Fingers crossed we can find somebody who's willing to talk. I'll even, try to see if I can't talk to whole crews. Maybe some guys that have been sailing with each other for a while and aim some questions towards, that. God, this game is gorgeous. Oh, we have our first one. We're gonna go ahead. We'll put up our white flag. Hopefully they will not mind it. Pirates spotted on the horizon. More than likely, these are the gold hoarders. And let's see if they wouldn't mind sharing some of their stories. First attempt. Let's see if this goes well. Ahoy! Is there anybody over there? Anybody got a mic? I come in peace. I'm not trying to sink anybody. I'm actually going around the seas trying to see if any of you normal players want to be interviewed. Just answer a couple questions. Tell me about, your time with the game, all that stuff. If you're interested, just come around. And they're running. Oh, wait. They stopped. I don't know if you can hear me from here, but would you be okay if I came over? I come in peace. I got nothing on me. Or if you prefer, you guys could come over here. Ah, looks like we got our first person. Hello, do you have a mic? Can you hear me?
Yeah, do you hear me?
Yes, I do. Hello.
Hello.
How are you this fine day?
Good yourself?
Doing pretty well. Alright, so my first question is, how long have you been playing Sea of Thieves?
Probably about a year now, but like not like, 365 days, but like the time period is a year.
Alright, cool, cool. So what initially actually brought you into the game?
Well, my friends and I were actually looking for a game that, open world, sort of like Grand Theft Auto, but, something different. And well, we came across this game, the max crew there being 4 people. It's like a alliance, increasing, making money, profit. And like, you know what? Why not? We'll give it a try.
It definitely is a new experience, especially people who have played stuff like Grand Theft Auto, and I
Yeah,
know a lot of people who used to play a lot of first-person shooters who came into the game, and some of them are
true.
indifferent, of course. But let me go ahead and ask this first: what has drawn you in to make you continuously come back to the game?
Hmm. Honestly, I don't really have a reason. I just yeah. I enjoy sailing, finding treasure. Uh, my friends and I we like to match outfits and pretend we're we're the British or the French, let's say, and like we might go after some bad players.
I love that. I
You know,
really do. I
yeah.
actually myself, I really enjoy doing stuff like this, coming and interacting with people. I'm a huge PvP fan. Most of the time when I
Huh?
have a crew, usually I like to go around and I'll get lucky sometimes and find servers that are just full of people who are just they crowd in one spot and everybody's just going at it, having fun. GGs all
Oh, really?
around. It's definitely a lot of fun. Um, so moving on from that, have you been a fan or have you experienced any other Rareware games in your past?
Um. Well, I I don't really have like I'll play games of certain companies, of course, if I know them. I'm not exactly sure. Wait, is certain Lego games part of Rare? I forgot.
I'm not. I don't
I
think
believe
so.
so.
But like stuff like Donkey Kong Country or Banjo Kazooie. What's the Conker's Bad Fur Day was one from back in the day.
Mm. I haven't heard those, but I'm certain I played games that also were made by Rare. That like the logo is familiar. So.
Okay, all right. What is an experience you've had that you will forever remember playing this game since you started?
Um, that's a good one. Well, for me in this game, it's not really about like the events and everything. The only things that always like to remember in this game is just the amount of fun that I have. Whether like um, for example, a very rare thing that ever happened to me that I barely ever encounter now was the Kraken attack and how my friends and I just got demolished by it. That that is a fun memory.
Yeah, that my first Kraken experience was my first day. I was brought in by some family members who had played, and they'd been playing for years, and so they
Okay.
were PL, and they brought me on the galleon, showed me the ropes, and about a week later, I
Ah.
decided to go solo one day, and I literally pulled off of the outpost, and was immediately krakened and immediately sunk by myself, and it was a crazy experience. But since then, I've been able to solo them pretty well. But I've put in
Yeah.
a lot more time than I care to admit into this game.
Just curious question. Have you encountered the Kraken any time in this season? 'Cause I haven't. Did they like remove it or just make it more rare?
I think they kind of toned down the amount of times that it pops because I've noticed that with world events, that the time between no world events has actually lessened. Plus, they kind
Oh,
of
for real?
yeah, they kind of like debuffed the amount of loot you get from a kraken. So honestly, it's not worth it unless you're just looking for accommodations. But this season so far, I have encountered three.
Oh,
But I mean, they were just right place, right time, and two of
yeah,
those,
exactly.
um, it was another player who had actually got Kraken, so I kind of just came around and helped them kind of get rid of it real quick, and then went on my way. All right,
Yeah,
so oh yeah, go ahead.
no, that's saying that, that's a good deed to help someone.
Thank you. I try to help as much as I can. I've gotten to a point now playing this game that I don't really care about the loot or anything like that. I mostly just play it for the experience. And that kind of leads me to my next question. What is your favorite experience coming into the game? Specifically, like, what is one of your most favorite things to do in terms of maybe like a tall tale or a voyage that you really love doing?
Um, I already do the tails because I find like, it's a long branch of missions and I tend to not be good at these missions sometimes. So I've been taking a liking to James, do you mind? Sorry, my little brother. Um,
You're okay.
I took a I took a liking to the merchant alliance business. It's fun. You collect goods, you sell them for a high price.
Yeah, the
It's,
merchants, they've definitely come a long way since I started playing. They were very minimalistic, mostly just fetch quests, going and grabbing it from someone, doing
yeah.
the just bringing like Roman cloth and stuff to outposts. I really loved the fact that they have the sunken ships that you can go in and explore. Um, uh, there for a while, of course, the cargo runs were really profitable. Uh, but unfortunately, they kind of took those and toned them down a lot because people were exploiting them a lot. Um, let's see, my next question here. So, is there any particular place in the game that you really love? Like maybe an island you really love to go to, maybe an outpost that you prefer to spawn at, that sort of thing.
Mm. I'll have to. It's okay if I just look at your map quick.
Yeah, yeah,
Cause
yeah. Go ahead.
uh, it depends on. Cause usually time I have a lot of missions in a certain area, but I don't know what the outpost is called.
Yeah, go ahead. Take your time.
I really like to go and spawn at Plunder's outpost, and well, this island right here, Crook's Hollow. I find the like Plunder's outpost is perfect 'cause it's like almost in the middle of the map. And well, this place is so easy to reach because you have your dock right there. So if you see the dock, you automatically know where you are on the island. And well, it's it's a simple-minded island that carries a lot of loot.
It definitely is. It carries. I personally, I love Plunder and I love Daggertooth. They're probably my two favorites, just because
Uh,
of the amounts of supplies you can actually get whenever you first spawn in, and same thing. It's the place of where you actually spawn in at the map. Usually, a lot of people tend to stay on this side because the waters are a lot easier, and of
really?
course you don't have all the crap that's on the east side of the map with like Morro's Peak and all of the volcanoes going off. That's just ridiculous. Okay, and so I just have one more question for you. Are
Okay.
you planning on participating in this next big event where I guess it's kind of like a Reapers versus the World type of deal? And if so, which side are you on?
Um, I'm not fully informed on the event,
Ooh, okay.
but um, honestly, I don't know. I don't really take part in like these big events. For one guy, I don't research into them. I just play the game like in the free roam and that's it. But if I had to choose a side, um, I don't really know. What are the sides again? Just want to make sure.
So currently, it's a fight to either keep Golden Sands and rebuild it, or the Reaper side to destroy it and make it something new.
Um, probably the Reaper side. Get something new in the game.
Heck yeah. Reaper side, I think, honestly, for me, it's probably a little bit more fun. There's a lot more player interaction. even though you have a lot of people that run Reapers and then they tend to flee, which of course I hear a lot of people that complain about that. But you know what? It's part of the game. If you don't want to be messed with and you're running Reapers, it's perfectly okay to run. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to go ahead and thank you so much for taking the time and coming and speaking with me. I really appreciate it. I honestly thought it would take me forever to find somebody.
Oh
um,
yeah,
but I'm so glad that you were willing to come over and talk with me. I really appreciate that. And just as a little
sure, no
last
problem.
bit, if there's anybody you want to shout out, or like maybe if you want to like maybe recommend a your favorite streamer or anything like that, you can go ahead now.
Um, if you give me a second, there is actually a YouTuber that actually does a lot of pro tips for this game. I just think on my phone to look at it.
Yeah, man, take your time.
Okay. So the YouTuber is Blurbs, spelled with capital Blurbs. He actually does a lot of things. Like for example, there's a lot of PvP going on lately due to removal of arena, and well, I find that very useful, as you know, helps you prepare for the unfortunate.
It definitely does. I actually really
Yeah.
love watching blurbs. I'm a big fan of course, Boxy Fresh and Beardageddon, um, and
Hmm.
Hippo TC. I'm a huge fan of him as well. Um, Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me, man.
And sure, no problem.
That was wonderful. I really really enjoyed that. I'm so happy that he took the time to talk with me, and now it's time to go off and find someone else.